Hey YouTube, coming at you with a Retro Cup team from Z, who is a leaderboard player, longtime contributor, and subscriber to the channel. Says, hey Dan, just showcasing a basic ABB charjabug double ice team. Been wanting to use aurorus for a long time, but there's never been a great meta for it until now. He's clearly the star of the team in these battles. Pick charjabug after seeing your and Yonka's video of what the PV poke ranking might look like, so I expected fighters and psychic Pokemons. The psychic showed up a lot, but the fighters didn't, so I decided to swap Lapras for walrein instead, and after that I won a lot. Just some basic mistakes overall, but I think my gameplay is better than usual in these battles, so I hope you enjoy it. Cheers. I mean, better than normal. You're a leaderboard player. What do you mean better than normal? Okay. All right. Yeah, so you double to fighting, so you do kind of need to draw it out with walrein. But yeah, I'm using aurorus on my team. I already gave you one Pokemon in hack mode to deal with the ferret, because it is a fighter, so it resists the dark fast move, and then aurorus is my second to deal with jump left. So let's take a look. So you have two better answers in the back. So coming in with the walrein, they are way too slow on that exit there. You cannot be that slow when you are double weak to ice. It's getting 3 powder snows to result so much. Walrein, some people who have started within the last, I guess, couple years do not remember what walrein was in Great League. It was OP to the tune that they nerfed Icicle Spear because it was the only move that walrein had that no one else has. So it was a direct nerf on walrein. So they nerfed walrein because of it. It was just so spammy, and the Icicle Spears hit so hard. So as we saw there, just flip Corsola matchup. Gonna get another move off here. Gonna come in here, and I guess just sacrifice this. Would be my guess. Just run with aurorus for the 1 shield win. Obviously, yeah, I know that you know not to go X-Scissor against a flying fire and to instead go discharge, but just a random throw there. You did get the shield. Trying to burn out the switch clock a little bit. We've seen flame charge, so they're already boosted once, and here comes the second one, and you are half ice, so that is neutral, but yeah, you want to save the shields for Dragonite in case they get to a Dragon Claw or Superpower. You also don't want to get farmed down here, but you are at a move. A little bit of overfarm there, allowing you to get to the move here. Take this out for the win. Charjabug into Abomasnow. So, I mean, I think you have 2 better answers in the back. Yes, you got a super effective move here, an X-Scissor. You would be weak to grass in the back if they go Energy Ball. They're deciding to throw a move. Energy Ball is resisted, so they have to go Weather Ball here. You are double weak to fighting in the back, so yeah, eventually need to get out. Both of you get out at the same time. So they will throw the first move. It is a flame charge, so 2 and throw here. Flame charges are going to start at, I mean, the incinerates are really going to add up on your Pokemon here. So just throwing 1 and going, because again, if we threw 2, that incinerate probably registers, and I don't know if it takes out. No, it wouldn't have taken out, but it would have been very close. What are we going to do? We're going to sacrifice the charjabug, and yep, we're going to sacrifice the charjabug. They actually throw another incinerate, which is, I think, a mistake there. They're now going to burn this last shield. Nope, they're just going to go down with a ton of energy. Double fire in the back, and I don't even know what this Pokemon is. Armorogue. Whatever it is a fire, so it is weak to Meteor Beam. That is a absolute boom, and you can just, yeah, powder snow down there. Ferret, not bad, you know. They can't throw Trailblaze, so they just gotta kind of keep it with the Swift. 2 versus 4 turn fast moves, so we don't really care about timing really. Are staying in here quite long. Again, when you are double to fighting, you do need to make that switch eventually. But maybe just going to try and grab a shield here first before we do go into walrein. because they're going to get a move now. Okay, so you're really putting the belief that if there's a fighter in the back, that these two are spammy enough to take it out. So we'll see. Coming in Aurorus, knowing they have to go Trailblaze, but Trailblaze is super effective. So we're going to shield up that move and just commit to the farm down, and it is a Feraligatr. Going for the bait here, kind of risky. Does pay off. They do shield, so we can shield one back here. And then Meteor Beam. Meteor Beam should take out Shadow Feraligatr. Meteor Beam's such a nuke, and Feraligatr is already sort of glassy as the Shadow. So goodbye there. Frostlass. Maybe they try and catch or just outpace you actually. Yeah, they're just going to outpace you to the Shadow Ball. Had to try and catch there. And now walrein. Walrein will definitely live a Shadow Ball. I guess they may try and catch here too, knowing that you need to land an Earthquake. So maybe they're going to try and catch around here. But do get that Earthquake off. They're hoping a non-Shadow does not take them out. 1 HP, enough to take them down. Some energy to take them out with the Icicle Spear. Primeape, there's your fighter, so that is fantastic. We know at best it has Rage Fist. It is a Shadow, so, you know, you'll live 1 Rage Fist, but 2 after the boost is going to really start to add up here. So you let the first one go, and then you probably need to shield the second one. And then it's a pacing question here, because they're definitely going to get to a move. They do not throw. You're going for the bait, assuming that they're boosted and they're going to want to get this off. So that you probably have the same. Let me stop it right here. You are like me. And the only reason that I know that we made a mistake there is because I now put these moves on each of these. So for those of you who did not know, prior to this season, Discharge used to cost more energy than X-Scissor. And X-Scissor was cheaper in energy and cheaper in and better in damage per energy. So you always threw X-Scissor. Now it is way better in damage per energy, but it is actually the same counts and the same energy. So Discharge is now a 40 energy move for 66 damage, whereas X-Scissor is a 40 energy move for 78 damage. So the damage per energy is still in X-Scissor's favor substantially, but they are the same move counts. So if all things are equal there, where you're only going to get to 1 move, it's the same energy now. So throw the Discharge at the Primeape and not the X-Scissor. Going to take the shield advantage. Just a Rage Fist, but this is already, what, 2 times boosted, so 3 times now. And they instant swap into Emolga. And I'm guessing they're double flying or double weak to ice in the back, because that is a top left. Okay, Grumpig is nice. They have to go to Shadow Ball. They do catch right on the 12, and they catch on a poison Pokemon, so nice catch. Going to eventually go into your Walrein here. Earthquake would be super effective. They're going to have, what, Sludge and Ice Beam, so Sludges will add up, and they do come pretty quick. That buff move does help Swallow it, and Swallow's got some bulk. 1 Earthquake should take out. The problem is, if you do not land this, this is a very easy flip for them, because they just shield, and you're not going to get to 2 before they get 2. So now it's just an E. So you're not just going Weather Ball. And they give up Switch. Kind of shocking there that they're actually giving up Switch. So we're going to come back in and snipe here with the X-Scissor. There goes their second shield. Even if it's a Shadow Ball, you probably live. You do. And now you make it to another move. They're going to have to throw, or they're going to be taken out here. I mean, they're just going to come in and farm and come out with like 100 energy on their... Nope, going to come Ferret here. So having used Aurorus, on my team that you'll probably see on tomorrow, Monday. One meteor beam does not take out Fret. They are bait. They go bait swift, knowing that you have to shield. Could have ice beam, but that's fine. That's resisted. Sludge is resisted. What are they doing? I know that mud shot's super effective, but why are you coming in there and just letting you get? I mean, I guess they just try to catch, but they just let you get so far ahead on energy there that they and boosted that it's 100% gonna just one shot the what's left of the ferret, which was all like 90% health. But okay, speak about ferret again on the lead. Again, a weird one where it's like you almost just need to play this out because they can't throw Trailblaze here, so they can't boost their attack, so they can only go Swift. And if you go into the back line, you're weak to grass, so then you have to start shielding, and that makes put you in a tricky situation. But if you actually play this out, that's fine with that they're throwing energy, but you're now going to lose switch. They're probably still going to get to a Trailblaze, so you're going to have to shield anyways, and now you got to worry about double weak to fighting in the back here. So this is the only sort of problem I see with this, the way you're playing a lot of these out. For someone that says I'm using an ABB style team, you have played out the neutral leads a lot. And it is a Gastrodon in the back. So you are weak to ground here. Gonna chip and then you gotta bail. And they make a nice, I was gonna say nice catch, but they did catch your ice move on a Pidgeot. You're gonna throw it right away, basically force them to make a decision here. Do you want to stay in and get a move off, or do you want to get taken out here? And they are just gonna run with Gastrodon, knowing that they can slap down your aurorus. Gonna call Body Slam bait here. It is not. It is an Earth Power, but you have almost two moves, and aurorus hits pretty hard. It's more of an attack heavy Pokemon. So there's one, and the Powder Stone down. Drifblim, you have 3 answers for Drifblim, so this is a fantastic lead. They eventually get out into Primeape, which is fantastic that you are drawing that out, because that would have been a problem in the back. So Discharge lands. You don't need to worry about close combat because that is resisted. So just going to play this out. Going to get off the discharge here. Grab the shield or take this out. They do shield. I think you may even... I was about to say, you probably even live that with like 1 or 2 HP, but going to shield up that Rage Fist. Get that Volt Switch down. Maybe not. You're pretty low. You're in like the mid yellow. And oh no. Instant swapped on the second fighter there into Walrein. Walrein is spammy. This is what always made Walrein so good. So quick to those Icicle Spears and really puts on pressure for shields, because Icicle Spear was a really good move. It was basically like a almost like a better Sparkling Aria. Like you get to Sparkling Aria on 12 with Lapras, and it felt like at the time, I don't even remember what the exact damage was, but it felt like a harder Sparkling Aria spam combo there, right? It's pretty much like every Icicle Spear on any sort of like Pokemon, not everyone, but put it to within like 50%. So it was just like Powder Snow Icicle Spear, Powder Snow Icicle Spear, gone, which is what made it so deadly back in the day. Okay, terrible lead. We have 2 answers in the back. They are kind of staying in, which is fine. We will grab a shield, burn the clock. They are going to get to a move here. Going to call the Rock Slide bait. It is just a Bone Club. That still does a lot of damage. They eventually get into Dugong. So they clearly do not have an answer to these ice in the back here. Land that Earthquake. They're going to have to get to a move, or you're going to get to another move here and make the catch on the just banking all that energy. It is just an Icy Wind, and now they're going to have a second Icy Wind, so these Volt Switches are really going to be low. And even if you take this out, they're going to come back in and So I was going to say super effective, but 2 times lowered and undercharge there just to keep it alive. They throw very quick on the Marowak. I am super, super surprised there. That is just a full farm down. This is what I don't understand. So, like, I think you're playing well, like very, very minor things there. But your opponent, like, you're a legend. You're in 3100 range. So your opponent is a legend already. To double Icy Wind a Charjabug and then come back in with your Marowak when your opponent's Charjabug is 2 times lowered attack and deep in the yellow, and to dump energy is like a shockingly bad move in my opinion. Like, I don't know how you don't just farm down and come out with a ton of energy here. Like, really, really weird play by your opponent. And now gets sniped with the walrein and burning a shield. Just to see the second one here, you're gonna obviously have to shield this. So getting to the weather ball, this will take out. It is a Toxpex in the back. Well, at least your the poison is resisted. 1 meteor beam won't take out. You're going to need a second one. Brine is super effective, so you're going to have to shield. And you got to watch for a catch because that's their win con. They're going to try and catch here. Ooh. This is so awkward. When is the catch coming? I would just not throw and just wait. No. So they tried to catch on one throwing because I don't know how much energy they have. Weather ball's enough to take them out. We should be able to get to a meteor beam, and this will knock out Toxpex. Everyone knew the catch was coming in this matchup. We just, when was it coming? Okay, Stunfisk, terrible lead. Going into walrein, which is weak to electric, so they could just stay in this matchup and play this out. They are weak to ice. So it's just a matchup where both of you are doing super effective against each other. That does over 50%. Ooh, brutal. So they stayed in, chipped you to 50%, and then got into a Galysopod, which resists every single one of the moves. Chipped you low enough that maybe they can even just farm down and come out with 100 energy. It would be aggressive. You may get to another one. Yeah, this is why walrein was so tough. It's just so bulky and so spammy combo. It was so deadly. So you do grab a shield, but they're at 100 energy, so they're going to throw 2 Aqua Jets here. There's your first one. Here's a second one. Gonna let these go. Try and sweep with Aurorus in the back here. Instant swap here. They also have Mud Bomb, which would be super effective, so you're gonna have to shield this up. So we're gonna shield this up. And here comes the next move already. This thing doesn't hit hard, so you can live a Mud Bomb obviously with these, but oh, that does a lot of damage. And what's in the back? A Superior, which you are weak to grass. You can take this out pretty quick if you want to not take any more of the Vine Whip damage, which is adding up here. And they're going to shield and sniping it with the X Scissor on the Charjabug. This will take it out. Now they may commit to a very aggressive Thundershock down so that they come out with 2 moves for your Pokemon. And they do get the very, very aggressive. Here comes one move, but I think you may be at the other one. Yep. At the second one, looks like you probably would have been CMP on the second one there. But taking it out, the spamminess, this 10-8, 10-8, love to see it. Blastoise, great lead. Although rollout is super effective, so they may stand for a couple here. And Hydros will hurt. Yeah, the timing is weird. If you threw right at 12, they would get an extra rollout in, but now they get to easily time you. Yeah, 3 versus 4 turn for the 4-turn user is very, very tough to time properly. And again, going for the bait, and they it's not even a bait though. This is what I'm saying, man. It's not a bait. They're the same energy, and I get it. You have the mindset that I had, so I'm not going to fault you for this because I just did this too until I looked at the numbers. Discharge is not more expensive than X Scissor now. They're the same energy, so you're against the water, throw the discharge. Same energy. So should have taken this out already, but they are alive. We did grab a shield, so that's fine. Hydro super effective, so I need to shield this up. And farm down. We'll see what's in the back, and it is the Toxapex. Okay, well, so we will meteor beam this. They'll probably let the first one go, knowing that the second one's gonna hurt more. Are you gonna try and catch on walrein here? Nope. It's brine, so you probably live this, and the poison jabs are very resisted. So yeah, I'm gonna over farm here, knowing that the poison jabs are resisted, and we can come out with a little bit of energy here. Except they do shield, and I think at this point you just let this go and just try and sweep with walrein. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Goodbye, Aurorus. Come in here. They instant swap into Corsola. So tricky. So they're gonna have a rock move. You'll probably live it. You need to come out with some energy because these astonishes are adding up. But you'll want to get this out of here quicker too. Yeah, it says this is awkward. Gonna have to throw, yeah, another icicle spear would not take out here, so gonna have to just dump this earthquake, hoping this is enough to take out, and it is. Oh no, it's not. 1 HP, and then this game's over once they land this. Yeah, that was so close. That's tough. Earthquake got nerfed too, right? Yeah, that's why Swampert's not as good anymore, because Hydro Cannon and Earthquake got nerfed. Did Earthquake get nerfed? I don't know. There's so many. What season are we on? There's been so many buffs and nerfs over the season. It's tough to remember them all. Yeah, it's tough to remember them all. I remember the big ones that were like their direct target. The big ones or the groundbreaking ones. So the big ones are the ones that target Pokemon directly. So we had Icicle Spear, direct attack at walrein. Wing Attack was a direct attack against Noctowl that had effects on all the other flying Pokemon. Counter Nerf was an attack on Medi, which had effects on all the other counter users. Registeel was Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon Nerf was a direct effect on Registeel, lowering that. So there's been... that's the way these buffs and nerfs happen. They usually attack a specific Pokemon, and then there's like... the resulting damage to every other Pokemon with that move that they just don't care about as much because they're just trying to attack certain Pokemon. But with walrein, it was easier because it was the only Pokemon with Icicle Spear, so they could very, very easily attack Icicle Spear without affecting other Pokemon. Anyways, that's your history lesson for today. Thanks for submitting. And as you can see, I don't know if I called out. Yeah, I probably called out early. And thanks for those of you who submitted. I called out early being like, Retro Cup's on this week, please send me some stuff. And I think 3 or 4 of you, I showcased I think every single one so far, sent within like the first 48 hours. So that made it very easy to get ahead on videos and making sure I have enough videos for the week. So I appreciate that. Next week, not that we need to talk about next, well, I guess we do, because we are close here because this is going up on Sunday. So we will have only 2 more weeks after this. Both of them are going to be Great Leagues. So I'll just give this shout out in advance. Please send me your Great League teams. It's Great League and Catch Cup, but like pretty much everyone's just going to play Great League. And then it's Great League, Ultra League, Master League for the final week. So again, everyone's going to play Great League. So we will showcase a bunch of Great Leagues there. And then I'm filming this before I talked to Homeslice Henry, but it's going up after I talk to him. I should have talked to him Friday night, so that video will come in the next 2 weeks as well. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.